Hi, I'm Tim Tuller, Canon for Music at St. John's Cathedral, with a couple of words about this music for this Sunday, the 16th of February. We're continuing through Epiphany. It's been a long Epiphany this year because Easter's so late, and so we've got a couple more weeks to go before we enter into Lent. This Sunday, the prelude is entitled Andante Religioso by the English composer Alec Rowley. Rowley was a composer who worked and taught at Trinity College of Music in London for many years. He lived in the early 20th century. I believe he died in the early 1950s, so his formative time was in the early 20th century. And he was particularly known for writing music for children and adult amateurs. A lot of his music was used for pedagogical reasons, especially his piano music. He held many organist positions as well, and although he didn't write a lot of organ music, he's particularly remembered for his short pieces for organ that are extremely melodic. They just have a wonderful tuneful quality to them that really makes for wonderful prelude pieces. And he also knows how to use an organ in a very orchestral way. And you'll notice towards the end of this piece, you'll hear a little French horn melody coming out in the left hand. It's just absolutely melodic and gorgeous. Our offertory anthem is entitled, O God, Who by the Leading of a Star, by the 19th century English composer Thomas Attwood. Attwood, he was born in the late 18th century and lived into about the middle of the 19th century, and he studied with Mozart, actually, in his youth. And he was appointed organist of St. Paul's Cathedral in London in the late 1790s. And Attwood was active at a time when the standards of English church music were very low. After Henry Purcell died in 1695, it was a couple of hundred years before English music really got back up to that level. There were a couple centuries in the and early 1800s when music was really at a low point in England. There were a few exceptions, and Attwood was one of them, along with such composers as Samuel Sebastian Wesley and John Goss. And this piece is very simple and straightforward, but shows how well Attwood could set text to really bring out the meaning of the words. Our postlude this Sunday is the fourth movement of Mendelssohn's Fourth Organ Sonata. Mendelssohn was very popular in England, although he is, of course, a German composer. He was very popular in England and was very popular with Queen Victoria, and Prince Albert was personal friends of theirs. And he toured England in the 1840s, was extremely popular, and it is well recorded that when he would play the organ at St. Paul's Cathedral in London, he would gather such a crowd around him that the clergy actually had to put a stop to it. They actually had to demand the person pumping the organ. At the time, organs were hand pumped before electricity. They actually had to tell them to stop because it just got so carried away. He was so popular and his playing was so impressive. Mendelssohn introduced Bach to England, and it's no surprise that his own organ compositions bear a strong debt to J.S. Bach in their style. However, they are very much his own works when it comes to his melodic and harmonic sense. This fourth movement of the Fourth Sonata is one of my very favorite postludes to play. I hope you enjoy the music this Sunday.